Qatar has announced the suspension of its mediation efforts between Hamas and Israel. This decision comes amidst stalled ceasefire negotiations in Gaza. Sources suggest that Qatar is frustrated with the lack of progress in talks. Qatar has played a significant role in mediating between Israel and Hamas for over a decade. This recent development raises concerns about the potential for further escalation of violence. Qatar has a long history of involvement in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. They have often acted as a mediator between the two sides. In 2012, Qatar brokered a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, ending a week-long conflict. Qatar has provided significant financial assistance to Gaza. They funded infrastructure projects and social welfare programs. Qatar's role as a mediator has been significant, despite mixed reactions. Their suspension of mediation efforts marks a turning point in the conflict. The international community continues to call for a peaceful resolution. The suspension of Qatar's mediation efforts places Hamas in a precarious position. It raises questions about their future political and financial stability. With their presence in Qatar uncertain, Hamas may seek refuge and support from other regional actors. Iran and Turkey have emerged as potential destinations for Hamas. Both countries have provided support to Hamas in the past. However, aligning with these actors could further complicate Hamas's relationship with the international community. It could also escalate tensions with other regional powers. Hamas faces a difficult choice: to seek reconciliation and a return to negotiations, or to forge new alliances that could further isolate them. The decisions they make in the coming weeks will have significant implications for the future of the Palestinian people and the possibility of a lasting peace in the region. Section 4. The looming humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The suspension of Qatar's mediation efforts comes at a time when Gaza is facing a dire humanitarian crisis. Years of conflict, blockades, and internal divisions have left the Gaza Strip in a state of economic collapse. The ongoing conflict has exacerbated the situation, leading to widespread displacement, food shortages, and a lack of access to basic necessities. Qatar has been a significant provider of humanitarian aid to Gaza. Their absence as a mediator could have severe consequences for the already vulnerable population. The international community must step up and provide the necessary assistance to alleviate the suffering of the Palestinian people in Gaza. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza demands immediate attention and action. Failure to address the dire needs of the population will only worsen the situation. This could potentially lead to further instability and conflict in the region. Section 5. International reactions and calls for restraint. The international community has expressed deep concern over the suspension of Qatar's mediation efforts. Many fear that this could further escalate the conflict between Israel and Hamas. Several countries and international organizations have called for restraint from both sides. They urged a return to dialogue and a peaceful resolution to the conflict. The United Nations has called for an immediate ceasefire and a resumption of negotiations. They emphasized the need to address the underlying causes of the conflict, including the blockade of Gaza and the occupation. The European Union has also expressed concerns, urging all parties to prioritize the safety and well-being of civilians. The international community plays a crucial role in mediating the conflict and providing humanitarian assistance. They must continue to work together to find a sustainable solution that addresses the legitimate grievances of both sides. Section 6. The path forward, diplomacy, aid, and a lasting solution. The suspension of Qatar's mediation efforts underscores the fragility of the situation in Gaza and the urgent need for a lasting solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. A path forward requires a multifaceted approach that prioritizes diplomacy, humanitarian aid, and addressing the root causes of the conflict. Renewed diplomatic efforts are essential to bridge the divide between Israel and Hamas. A return to negotiations with the support of international mediators is crucial to finding common ground and working towards a peaceful resolution. Alongside diplomacy, addressing the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza is paramount. The international community must provide immediate aid to alleviate the suffering of the Palestinian people. This includes providing food, water, medical supplies, shelter, and other essential services. While addressing the immediate needs of the population is crucial, a long-term solution requires tackling the underlying causes of the conflict. This includes addressing the issues of the blockade, the occupation, and the status of Jerusalem.